How do I catch a numpy warning like it's an exception, not just for testing? I have to make a Lagrange polynomial in Python for a project I'm doing. I'm doing a barycentric style one to avoid using an explicit for loop as opposed to a Newton's divided difference style one. The problem I have is that I need to catch a division by zero, but Python, or maybe numpy, just makes it a warning instead of a normal exception. So, what I need to know how to do is to catch this warning as if it were an exception. The related questions to this I found on this site were answered not in the way I needed. Here's my code. When this code is executed, the output I get is. That's the warning I want to catch. It should occur inside the list comprehension.
It seems that your configuration is using the print option for numpy.str. This means that the warning you see is not a real warning, but it's just some characters printed to stout. See the documentation for str. If you want to catch it, you can. Use numpy.str all equals raise, which will directly raise the exception. This however changes the behavior of all the operations, so it's a pretty big change in behavior. Use numpy.str all equals warn, which will transform the printed warning in a real warning, and you'll be able to use the above solution to localize this change in behavior. Once you actually have a warning, you can use the warnings module to control how the warnings should be treated. Read carefully the documentation for filter warnings, since it allows you to filter only the warning you want and has other options. I'd also consider looking at catch_warnings, which is a context manager which automatically resets the original filter warnings function.
To add a little to Bakuryu's answer. If you already know where the warning is likely to occur, then it's often cleaner to use the numpy.str context manager, rather than numpy.str, which treats all subsequent warnings of the same type the same regardless of where they occur within your code. Edit. In my original example I had a equals np.r_0, but apparently there was a change in numpy's behavior such that division by zero is handled differently in cases where the numerator is all zeros. For example, in numpy 1.16.4. The corresponding warning messages are also different. 1.0. is logged as runtime warning column divide by zero encountered in true_divide, whereas 0.0. is logged as runtime warning column invalid value encountered in true_divide. I'm not sure why exactly this change was made, but I suspect it has to do with the fact that the result of 0.0. is not representable as a number. Numpy returns a nan in this case, whereas 1.0. and -1.0. return plus inf and inf respectively, per the E754 standard. If you want to catch both types of error, you can always pass np.erState divide equals raise, invalid equals raise, or all equals raise if you want to raise an exception on any kind of floating point error.
To elaborate on it before I use answer above, I found that this enables me to catch a runtime warning in a similar fashion to how I would catch an error warning, printing out the warning nicely. You will probably be able to play around with placing of the warnings. Catch _ warnings placement depending on how big of an umbrella you want to cast with catching errors this way.
Remove warnings. Filter warnings and add